Fractalforums.com is a fractal art community and known for the discovery of the Mandelbulb. For 2012, it published its first own calendar to support the forum. The calendar featured many new images, such as the Mandelbox or the Burning Ship 3D variant. 9 artists contributed their artwork, some of them programmers of the most known 3D fractal renderers. All in all, the calendar was a huge success, and we hope to publish a calendar for 2013 again. Therefore, I invite you to help pre-finance the calendar by pre-ordering an issue. To know what you're buying, we give you a detailed presentation of the new calendar.
We start with a cover image called The Prize by user Leonard from USA. He used earth and wooden colors for his fractals and placed a globe on top of it in contrast to a cloudy background. Its message, "The world rests on fractals," is the overall slogan for the calendar 2013.
This year's January image, Beethoven's Ear, is a continuation of last year's January image, the Eye Ear. The artist, Louis Macoya from USA, did something very extraordinary. He created this picture as an oil painting on canvas, inspired by last year's January image. Louis Macoya has a background as classical oil painter and even worked with Salvador Dali in the 70s before he discovered fractals for himself.
The February image at ground level is contributed by Brent McNeely, aka Dane Bramage from UK. The surface is full of varying shapes and structures, out of which mushroom SpaceX evolve. Some people are reminded of a Mars lander due to the red-brown color selection and the dusty background.
For March, we selected an image called Gears of War by user Tahayon from Romania. He used a low iterated Mandelbulb structure made up of gear-like elements and placed it in front of an explosion cloud, creating an overwhelming machina. April's image is called Spheres of Influence by user Mark JB from USA. He's making use of a newly integrated feature of Mandelbulb 3D for rendering reflections. He shows cubical city structures in which he placed many spheres that are reflecting the surroundings. The big sphere in the middle gives the impression of a fish-eye lens effect.
In May we see the moon from a cave. Again we have earth-like colors, brown and green. It is called Fractasia Derivat by user Alex H from Germany. The cave seems to be encrusted with moss. For this hybrid fractal image he used the amazing surface formula, spiced up with a rotated folding operation. This forms a tree-like structure draped with balls.
The June contribution to the calendar by user Madman from Germany uses a simple color effect to create a city atmosphere. The red and gray look like buildings with a red rooftop. The hybrid Mandelbox setting, combined with strong sunlight coming from the top left and the dust, make it look extremely realistic. Only at second sight one discovers it's not a photo of a city, but a fractal.
The July image is called Springs Attached by user Raymer from USA. This Mandelbox hybrid reminds the viewer of a Jules Verne apparatus, half organic, half mechanical. For the background he is making tremendous use of depth fog and depth of field, using the same structure as in the foreground. User Raymer made the parameters for this image freely available, giving us a chance to render a little movie. That demonstrates that those pictures are snapshots of a whole 3D world. This means fractal artists are in some way photographers taking pictures of an yet unexplored world.
The overly long title, Encapsulation of the Intrauterine Papal Confinement Conclave, hints to the artist Johan Andersson, aka Kraftwerk from Sweden. To our knowledge, he is one of the most successful contemporary fractal artists. He holds a very successful exhibition in Sweden together with user Bib. Clearly, he is experienced in his arrangement and color setting. A low iteration Mandelbox rendered with very smooth edges. The whole scene is placed on an infinite plane. He shows the size of the object by adding a person walking towards it. The September image is called Adamantium Heart and is the second contribution of user Leonard from USA. In this hybrid fractal, we see a tunnel leading to a light. The tunnel is surrounded by bridge-forming structures that can be easily recognized as fractals. This floating sphere above the water plane forms a non-fractal counterpart.
The image for October has to remain unnamed because it is part of a larger series by user Paudelbrot from Canada called Mandelbrot Safari. It is a deep zoom safari into a Mandelbrot. Its center point has more than 120 digits. The zoom level is probably around 10 to its 200th power, a number with more than 200 digits. Paudelbrot uses his own coloring algorithm with multiple colored waves that enable him to display details in the high-frequency areas of the set.
The title of the November image, Cave of the Beast, says it all. The user Bib from France created a dark and fiery atmosphere due to his color setting. This hybrid fractal contains many diversified and detailed structures. In the foreground we see a path leading to a cave. As fascinating as this image is, we are happy to avoid this path and not encounter the beast. For December, we chose Icy Cave by user Tagor from Germany. Apologies to the Southern Hemisphere for associating December with ice. This solely 2D image gives a 3D impression. The self-similarity is very strong, as the close-ups show. He is using his own sophisticated flame renderer to provide the last image for the Fractals Forum.com 2013 calendar.
We hope you enjoyed this preview. Don't hesitate to order an issue of this avant-garde artwork calendar. It will be a very limited edition and will let you enjoy fractal art all year long. We dearly hope to reach the number of 30 pre-sales in order to have it print.